Welcome back to the quarterfinals game between me and InsertName. InsertName is on Infuse while I'm on Rejuvenationless Rejuvenation. Infuse is a way faster combo deck than I am, so I'm a pretty big dog in this matchup, but yeah, good luck, have fun, I'll try my best. So according to the seed, I'm on the draw. That's not very good. I draw my opening hand, and I think I do keep this, because I have the turn 1 ramp into turn 2 recall Forgotten Aeons if I draw a land, and I have 2 shots at drawing a land, so I'm just going to keep this hand and hope that I top deck a land in my top 2 cards. Seems like my opponent's thinking about whether to keep or not, so that's probably a good sign because that means they don't have a super strong hand that they would snap keep. And right now, my deck really has no way to prevent them from comboing off, so I'm just hoping that they're slow enough that my turn 3 to 4 win can get there. My opponent does mulligan down to 6, so at least they don't have an insane 7-card hand, but that doesn't really say much about anything, because Infuse can go off perfectly well with just 6 cards. But it seems like they've kept their bottom, so they're going to start now. And they're going to forget to pass the turn, but whatever. So they're leading off on Monkey Shines. Okay. Binning 2 spells. So, what am I worried about? I'm worried about turn 2 Rini. Well, actually, end of all things will kill the Rini before, but they would still have the opportunity to make 1 angel off that. So anyways, I get to turn 1 Lager Recluse. So now I'm looking to top deck a land here, and if I don't top deck a land, I'm in trouble because I won't be able to catch up if I miss lands. I never know what my opponent can do here. So it seems like my opponent's thinking. They're probably either deciding between what cantrip to play, or if they should be playing a discard spell here. I assume they're just going to try to cantrip, so I guess they're playing Gift, and they spent that time trying to decide which card to discard. And they discard Artie's Invocation. So I think that implies that they either don't have Rini in hand, or they have Rini in hand and the right mana to cast her. Or they have a second copy of Artie's. But like, I don't think any of this analysis really changes my plan, because my plan here is to just draw land and play Recall Forgotten Aeons and hope my opponent doesn't have it. Okay, so they gift again. So maybe they're going for the Infuse plan. They probably have Infuse in hand then. Or maybe they're just digging for it. And okay, do get a land, so at least I'm not mana screwed. So Recall Forgotten Aeons. Trying to more lands, wonderful. I'm going to crack this right now so I don't forget later. And I'm going to drop Off-Road Surveyors, just because. Or I guess that does reduce my hand size for Restad's Command. If I put Desperation, Restad's Commands or something. So they're still digging. That's a good sign, because that means they haven't found their combo yet. Or I guess they don't have enough cards in graveyard for Infuse yet, so probably just still digging. Or they're still trying to bin cards for Infuse. And with Freed from Trap, they can discard 2 spells. And they do have a land play remaining, so yeah, they can Infuse this turn if they have it. And with that Infuse, Restad's Command kills me, I think. Because they have 7 cards in hand, and then Infuse draws them way more. Okay, so discarding Sanctuary, so that means they're not going for Infuse this turn. That's a good sign. So that implies that they don't have Infuse in hand right now, and they're digging hard for it. Maybe they have extra land in hand or something. Because yeah, they do. Rut Memory, okay, well, the good news is that it doesn't actually hit anything important in my hand. It gets rid of End of All Things, but End of All Things wasn't hitting anything anyways. So this turn, I'm hoping to top deck a land, because if I do, then I get to Conjure Realities for Realms Overturning, and then Fulfill Twisted Dreams, and then try to go off and then play with Call for Aeons and try to go off from there. But instead, I draw another Conjure Realities. So this turn, I should probably be playing Conjure Realities and trying to do something with that. So I guess I should just do it now. And the question becomes, what do I search off Conjure Realities? Is there anything that prevents my opponent from winning? And I don't think there is, so I just have to keep hoping that my opponent draws poorly. So then what do I get off Conjure Realities? How many? I have 2, so there isn't really a point in getting back in Touch Wilds. I think the best thing to get right now is just another Recall Forgotten Aeons. And okay, good, I draw into a land. So I'm just gonna pump these 2 guys and swing in. And end the turn. I'll crack this for the island, Plains Island. So seems my opponent still hasn't dug into anything yet. Maybe I am getting lucky this game, and Infuse or Rini just wasn't in their top half of the deck. And seeing the pause here, I think InsertName still hasn't drawn it yet. So I guess InsertName is probably deciding right now how to best dig for Infuse. Or maybe they're probably debating whether to crack Clue or not. What could they possibly have in hand right now? Well, either ways, if I don't die this turn, the next turn I play a land, Conjure Realities for Realms Overturning, fulfill Twisted Dreams, then I have Flawless World plus 2 Recall Forgotten Aeons plus fulfill Twisted Dreams in order to do stuff with my mana. And yeah, they're just hard digging for either Infuse or Rini right now. Well, actually, I guess Rini doesn't really save them here because I can still do a combo, and then I have End of All Things in the graveyard to kill the Rini if they don't follow up with any cantrips. I think they haven't drawn into any of their combo pieces still, because otherwise they wouldn't be pausing so much. So they're just discarding more cards. Are they debating whether to keep up the Clue or not? Okay, yeah. So they're probably gonna crack the Clue end of turn, and I can't kill them this turn. Another Recall Forgotten Aeons. Okay, interesting. So now I have both pieces of the combo in hand, so I can start going off now. Anyways, so Conjure Realities, fetching, Realms Overturning. And then that's 9 mana. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, I guess. And then fulfill. I can recover on Aeons now. I think that draws me to. Oh, nice. Judgment of the Clouds. That's exactly what I was looking for. And now I need to fulfill Twisted Dreams here. I'm going to fulfill right now. Any point in drawing more cards, or at least coalescing these guys? Maybe there is, because it prevents my board from being wiped with small Restads. So here I'm just gonna. I should coalesce some of these guys first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna coalesce this. Okay, so do I need to fulfill Twisted Dreams again now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Probably do it. Oh, I have enough mana for 1, 2, 3. Lost World. Somehow I haven't. Yeah, somehow I'm actually going off. I guess my opponent just didn't draw their combo pieces, and that's quite unfortunate for them. And yeah, because I have to keep track of mana still. Do I 12, 15, 12, 16? I have enough to coalesce and then recover Forgotten Aeons, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And how many land plays do I even have? I forgot by now. I'll go under just to be safe. That's 12 mana. I think here 12 minus 7, that's 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get back, fulfill Twisted Dreams. Or actually I can tap this guy to put this guy in. And then sack Mysterious Cataract. Get Shifting Glade, I guess. And then do I want to do anything else? Actually, I'm lazy. I should probably just end the game here if I can. So 61 mana, and then 54 mana. Then yeah, that's So does that get me to 107 health? Huh. Well, good luck to the opponent. Yeah, if they can combo off and kill me from here, then they definitely deserve it. But I'm not sure if they have enough damage in their deck to do something like that. So do they draw Infuse? Because Infuse is the only thing that can save them here. And if they have Infuse, then they can restart command twice. Or have two more restart command left in deck, so they can restart command me twice. Seeing how they haven't slammed their card immediately, it's probably not an Infuse. Okay, so they do have a plan, I think. Or are they saying it because they're trying to think of a plan, or is it because they've realized that's not possible? Okay, so they don't have Infuse in hand right now. I guess they didn't have it. Oh well. So I still don't think they drew into Infuse here, because they're still thinking. Are they finally tapping for an Infuse? Yeah, there's the Infuse. And let's see what they can do here. So while my opponent's pulling everything from the deck, they're still thinking about whether they can kill me or not. So they have 2 Restarts command, and to kill me with Restarts command, it's twice, so they have to somehow... the second Restarts command would deal 2 times the amount of damage that the first one did, probably. So that's around 100 divided by 3, so their first Restarts command has to deal 30-ish damage. Or more than 30, maybe 35-ish damage. That would imply they had to draw 18 cards in a turn. And they also have to make sure that they don't accidentally mill their second Restarts command in the deck. Actually, I think it might it might be beneficial for my opponent to just leave some of the cards in the deck, because they have to they might actually deck themselves before they get enough damage to kill me. But it seems like they're just gonna play out everything. No, they're thinking about it. They probably want to leave Flotsam and Oracle's Vision in the deck. Then Oracle Vision also draws cards, so I'm not so sure. Corrupt Memory should probably be in the deck because it doesn't do anything here. It seems like I'm just going all out with Infuse, and if that's what they're doing, then I don't think Restart's command gets there. They're probably playing Consult, yeah. Okay, so my opponent does stuff, and wheel and wipe. Does the wipe mode show all my tokens? And yeah, it does. Okay, sure. Oh, okay. Yeah, time to do that. So if they're going for a wheel and wipe here, then what's their plan? Yes, they try to draw into the second Restart command. Maybe find a Rini. Then they drop the Rini and try to win with Angel Beats. Okay, so they're actually targeting... I still think I win here, because they just don't have enough damage left in deck to kill me from this range before they deck out. They would need a second Restart command. Oh, and they're even milling themselves. Wait, wait, that's not how I do it. Right, this thing's really annoying to solve on Cockatrice. Is it command? Yeah. So I feel like I probably wouldn't play float them there, because you're worried about milling out right now. Like, what are you even trying to mill into? Or what have they milled into anything? And they milled the Restarts command and Rini. Oof. That's extremely unfortunate for them, and they're just gonna throw in the towel. So somehow I managed to win game 1, even though this really shouldn't have happened. I guess that's what happens when Infuse or Rini is in the bottom half of your deck. So against this matchup, I'm going to bring in 1 Wrath, Sacrificial Bowls, and a Forbidden Treasures. The problem here is, what do I board out? Because there's really no good options to board out here. Flawless World maybe, because they're a bit slow, but at the same time, they're also kind of necessary in order to continue the combo. I really don't cut the turn 1 ramp because I'm against a really fast deck. So that means I'm just trimming stuff, right? So trim. No, if I'm trimming, then I should be getting rid of off-road surveyors before anything else. Let me think. Do I cut down lands? maybe, like, the Rejuv is not going to do anything. Monument's also not going to do anything. And I guess I just start trimming my worst cards. So Off-Road Surveyors, that does nothing. Touch Wilds, I do need it. Maybe one Children, because I can afford to go slower now that I have more stuff. But then I have nothing to sink my extra mana into. So, well, I guess I'm just hoping to get lucky here, I guess. Yeah, I'll run this back. I mean, I'm up a game. I can afford to try out stuff. Okay, I draw my opening hand. It's too slow. I need turn 1 ramp or a... Okay, that's great. So Sackbow, Off-Road Surveyors. Do I bomb the Forbidden Treasure? No, I need at least 2 Forbidden Treasures to be safe. But then I probably bomb the land here, even though that feels really wrong. But yeah. Turn 1 Gift of Phoenix, sure. Meanwhile, I'm doing turn 1 Wayfarer's Shrine, 1 mana ramp, and hope that it's not too slow. The fact that my opponent didn't drop another land right away kind of indicates that, or no, it indicates that they do have a land, and they have a cantrip, and they're deciding whether to play cantrip or the land first. Oh, Floatsome, or Jetsam, that's actually really interesting. That's a really interesting play. And I think I'm forced to dump a 15 Grove here, right? Or, no, I dump Shifting Grove. So that was a really interesting play, and that actually did set me back on mana. That was a very good play too. Now I passed the turn holding up Forbidden Treasure, and the thing is, if they have a discard spell, or no, one discard spell doesn't stop me. They're just gonna Gift of Phoenix, sure. So what does stop me? Rini. My hand has no way to deal with Rini, and just an Oracle's Vision, sure. Actually, I probably should have tracked my fetch first in case I milled into something that I wanted. So what do I have in graveyard? Oh, they're just digging. Okay, sure. So at this point, it's pretty likely that they have either Infuse or Rini in hand. Unless they're also getting super unlucky this game too. I guess it wouldn't be too surprising if they don't have it right now. I do top deck a land, so that's quite good. I'm still going to pass the turn holding up Forbidden Treasure, because since I have 2 Forbidden Treasures in hand, one discard spell won't let Infuse through. I feel like maybe playing this slowly opens me up to Rini. They're just going to continue digging, sure. I have no problems with that. Is Infuse also not in the top half of their deck this game? That'd be really unfortunate for them to just not draw Infuse 2 games in a row. And okay, they're finally going to Stolen Secrets here. And do I let it resolve? Well, no, because if I let it resolve, they're gonna name. So I'm just gonna Forbidden Treasures it now. If I let it resolve, then it's gonna take one of the Forbidden Treasures anyways. And I also get to see what's in their hand. So they don't have Infuse in hand. What a surprise! And they bored it down to 1 Rini. Huh? They have Cosmic Sinkhole. Putting down Rinis in this, maybe they expected me to bring in End of Days? Or, I guess Rini isn't... Oh no, with how slow I'm going, Birds doesn't stop at turn 2 Rini. I guess it stops at later Rini. So now I'm playing down Bow, and I can start using my mana to start exiling their yard. So right now I'm looking to exile Infuse and Arties at the end of their turn if they don't do anything. Just gonna Infuse here, okay. With no backup, well, like they might, they don't have Cosmic Sinkhole. So somehow I have absolutely no idea how I managed to do this. I guess they were super desperate, so they just ran and infused into open mana and assumed I was holding up open mana for exiling stuff from Bow. But the thing is, like, I Forbidden Treasured discard spell. That's just something you don't do unless you have 2 Forbidden Treasures in hand, right? Or at least 2. Well, I guess, yeah, Forbidden Treasuring the discard spell might have made sense, even if I had 1 Forbidden Treasures, because it was going to get discarded anyway, so playing Forbidden Treasure would have given me information. But anyways, now that I've Forbidden Treasures that they're infused, I think I'm super ahead now. So, meanwhile, I'm just top decking lands. And like, there's nothing that can actually threaten me here, so I'm just gonna start blowing out lands. And now Sacrificial Bow is unexpectedly enough presenting a really fast clock. Because now I don't have to keep it up to exile stuff because Infuse is exiled already. I don't think my opponent has a way out of this. Or I guess they can draw Rini, but they don't have the mana to cast it. So I feel like my opponent boarding out of Rini that game was a mistake because my opponent knew that I was going to be boarding in Forbidden Treasures. Like if they diversified their threat suite, then Forbidden Treasures wouldn't completely wreck them. But and like Children of the Clouds, I have to Children of the Clouds early in order to stop Rini. And turn 2 Rini goes through Forbidden Treasure. And wow, that I did not expect this to happen. Somehow both Infuse decks lost in the quarterfinals. So all the predictions about the Infuse deck making it have been proven wrong. So somehow I'm maybe on to the next round, and I think I face Burn. And my deck's pretty good against Burn, so there is a chance that I actually manage to make it to the finals. Huh. And they had the Rini, so yeah, that's a problem with the deck. We've already noted before. But yeah, somehow this was not the result I expected. Now we're going to be moving into the semifinals, and it'll be me versus Burn, and Abs and Rini versus Black Red Attrition.